everybody was just itching and saying, listen, you really need to get the fuck out of here. It's time for you to go. I had moments like that where I thought that before, but then there was always a second guessing, so I never left. But it was something about this particular trip, this particular thought process. I said, I need to go out here, otherwise I am not leaving. I need to go out here and do what I gotta do, because if I don't leave right now, I'm not leaving Virginia. I had a conversation with my Aunt Michelle. We knew that whatever it is, we needed to be in a place where I can get a piece of that work, do it. It was just time for a change. It was time for a move. It was time for something drastic. And Atlanta was the place.
Talk down, niggas call it up. Rubber band, baby, wanna fuck. I've been doing well up and up. Caught him in a spell, fuck you up. They make it easy.
To be quite honest with you, the goal was to get on the set of Black Panther Wakanda Forever. That was my chief reason for really coming out here. Yes, to work on a number of other projects, because there are so many things being shot here. That was one of the major ones that I really wanted to be a part of. Not just because of all of the hype surrounding it because of the tragic passing of Chadwick Boseman, but what the story is going to be from here on out. After his passing, what are they going to be doing with his character? What are they going to do with his sister's character? All of the above. I'm actually going to be talking about that very, very soon in a video coming up in the next week or so. I can't wait to have that discussion with you guys in the comments section, but I'm definitely going to go deeper into what I think is going to happen, what I think should happen, and just being prepared for what Marvel is actually going to do with the property. So stay tuned for that. I'm ready to have that conversation. But of course, anybody can tell you that's been a part of this industry or any industry, if you've ever left your hometown looking for a job in another place, it does not happen overnight. It is a process. You are looking, you are searching, you are calling, you are doing interviews, you are doing everything under the sun, trying to get a position somewhere. Luckily, I was fortunate enough to have my cousin, Michael, and his family take me in. I had every intention of coming to Atlanta and sleeping in my car. I have a big enough car to be in the back of that junk during the summer days and the winter months, you know? But I was prepared for that just in case. I still have the space in my car where I could pack everything in and sleep next to my stuff if I had to. I gotta tell y'all, that drive, I have not boo-hooed that much in a long time. It started after I hugged my mom and dad and walked out the door. Took a last look at them real quick and got in the car. I cried before I got out of the driveway. I said a prayer. I drove off, put something in the mail, and hit the road. 9 hours here. I drove 9 hours to this place. Made it here around 11 o'clock at night. My cousin welcomed me with open arms. It's one of the first times I really got a chance to spend with just one-on-one time with him. And you know, because I'm older, I don't really hang out with the kids that much. I haven't really been around them other than for like family reunions. But this has been a very wonderful experience because ironically, my oldest cousins, the two of them, they dabble in this as well. They're interested in film. They love superhero movies. We talk about it almost every day when we get an opportunity to. We went to every Marvel movie that came out in 2021. So you better believe we had a damn good time seeing Spider-Man No Way Home. In the midst of having all that fun, I still needed to be searching and looking for a job. So we get to maybe the 3rd week of August of me being here. And I said, you know what, let me revamp my demo reel and just add some new stuff because I've shot some new things since then. So I said, let me go ahead and revamp this up. And it was an idea that I had for almost a year and a half, and I never dove into it. That was a regular thing for me. Keyword was, if you guys have any ideas that are just sitting at the forefront of your brain, anything that is keeping you from doing it, any person that's keeping you from doing it, tell them to shut the fuck up and go do it. I don't care what it is. If you have any idea that's on you, there's no right time to start. Just do it. That's how I got here. That is why this whole video is happening. I decided that there's no reason for me to keep waiting and waiting for the circumstances to be right, waiting for me to have the right place, a bigger place, or a place of my own. It doesn't matter. You can get out here and just do this stuff now. So just do it. Do it now. So I said, let me just go ahead and do the demo reel. And the same day that I released it, one of my cousin's contacts reached out to me and said, hey, we're shooting a show. Would you like to come and take a look at it? See if it's something you want to do. And I said, sure. When are y'all shooting? Right now. I said, okay, cool. We just need to get dressed. How far away are you guys from there? We got the address. We pulled up. We saw a taping of the show. And it was funny. It was a little vulgar. It was hilarious. But it was a really, really good show. And I felt good about the crew. I felt good about the producing staff. I was like, okay, this is something. The only issue that I probably should have kept in mind and been firm about is that they were starting out and they weren't able to pay. I didn't fully consider my financial situation, that I not only needed work in this industry, I needed to be paid for that work. So instead of being clear about that, I said, you know what, this is an opportunity. This is a family contact. Let me just try this opportunity out because it's a very good show. It should be picked up. It's really, really dope. I'm excited for what it can do. Let's just go ahead and shoot. Let's join. Let's just do it. And we shot a solid number of episodes. Unfortunately, it's gonna be something that you guys are never gonna see. But yeah, we shot all those episodes. I edited damn near all of them, but just a number of things fell through with the producing staff to the point where we were all kind of left with nothing. Everybody went on to their respective projects. I'm sure they probably boo-hooed about it, the fact that it wasn't working out. But they were able to move on to other projects. Meanwhile, some of the crew, like myself, who had put a whole bunch of time and effort into this and passed up other jobs so that we could focus on this, we're kind of left with nothing right now. But as most people say, the wonderful thing about being at rock bottom is there's nowhere to go but up.
So yeah, that experience didn't really work out, guys, but you know, I wish everybody the best. I pray we all get what we deserve in this life, you know, and I wholeheartedly think we all will. I know I'm moving on, so I hope everybody else can too.
It took me a minute to think that way. I took up a job with Amazon. It's a pain in the ass, but you know, it paid the bills. It got some stuff done, so you know, that's the whole purpose of it. But you better believe being there made me go, okay, we need to hunt hard for any other possible job outside of this place, because if my feet gonna hurt this damn bad, I need to be doing what I came here to do. I can't keep walking in here every night like, damn, bitch, my feet hurt, bitch, my feet hurt. Okay, and when I say every night, I mean every night. I took a little trip back home, got recharged, got a chance to say hello to family again, people that I didn't really get a chance to say goodbye to. Because I abruptly left Virginia. My mother and father didn't even know that I was leaving for Atlanta until 2 days before I left. Coming back for Thanksgiving was wonderful. Got a chance to spend time with family and friends and everything. And ironically, it was one of the last times I got a chance to spend with one of my dogs, my boxer, Champ. He passed away a couple of weeks after I got back to Atlanta. And I gotta tell y'all, not because of his passing, because he wasn't sick or anything at the time when I was home, but there was something telling me not to come back to Atlanta just yet. Everything in me just wanted to stay home because of a good chunk of the negative experience that I've had. That was starting to take over a lot of the positive that I experienced here. And part of me didn't want to come back here. I was going to send some money to my cousin and be like, hey, can you make sure all my stuff is put together and you can send my stuff back or whatever. But that would have cost too much, and we've already lost so much time. We've gone this far. Let's get a reward out of doing all this work. So I got on that plane, cried again, but I got on the plane because there was still more work to be done. And to be quite honest with y'all, as I'm making this, as I'm doing the YouTube channel, this is still a process. I'm still out here looking for a multitude of jobs. I've applied to many locations. And before you ask, yes, I have applied multiple times in multiple areas to Tyler Perry Studios. We are waiting. Cross your fingers, people. But in the meantime, I can't just put all my eggs in one basket with Tyler Perry Studios. So I had to reach out to a number of other places. And there are a number of production companies that are out here. Started up by guys that were once like me, who had the capital, had the means, had the crew, had the people in mind, and they now have a studio of their own. So they're hiring other people. So I've been applying to them and keeping in contact with them as well. Nothing has, quite latched on yet. Nothing has bit yet, but I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that things are gonna go through. I have a couple of people in my corner that I'm surprised I didn't hang out with before all the mess happened with the pull-up show. But again, a number of things happen as they are supposed to. We can't do a whole bunch of shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Things happen as they're supposed to. It's just now I'm in a position where I have a lot more great people around me. I don't feel uneasy about anything. I do personally believe the worst days are behind me. I'm glad I made it this long and kept being persistent, and I'm so glad I had people in my life that encouraged me to keep going in the moments where I really just want to stop. They know me enough to know that if I quit now, I'm going to not just be pissed with myself, I'm going to hate myself. I'm going to hate the fact that I went back home and stayed home. I'm going to hate the fact that I took up another job that had nothing to do with what God put me here to do. So they encourage me to keep going no matter what. And sometimes it means knocking me on my ass and saying, listen, we need you to get it together. This your timeline. This what you got to do. You got to get this by this time because you got to be out of here by so-and-so. So I appreciate the kick in the pants. And truth is what I needed. And part of me will argue that maybe I should have came here and got it out of the mud and just been in my car for X amount of months. But I would have been deprived of the experience, the beautiful experience of meeting certain people and getting a chance to get to know my cousin's side of the family. And I'm very thankful that I got that opportunity. It doesn't end here. It's just that things are about to change very, very soon. And some of it started with this channel. So I want to thank you guys for really listening to this here. If you're still here and you've still clocked into my story, I really appreciate you guys listening. It means that you guys want more from me. So I'm so excited to show you guys what's coming up next. And I do believe this next one coming up is about my thoughts involving the future of Black Panther and the tragic passing of Chadwick Boseman. So yeah, I appreciate you guys listening. If you have any advice, any resources, anything at all to help me keep going in this position, I would greatly appreciate it. But understand, whether you stay quiet or you give me some advice or any resources, I'm going to keep going. I've come too far, and I did not come all this way to leave out of here with nothing. And more importantly, I don't think God brought me this far to leave me here and only here. So like, share, comment, subscribe, all the above, all the regular stuff. Again, subscribe so I can get these numbers up and more people watching this stuff, and you can get notifications for when I upload the next video, so you don't have to go searching for anything. It's an immediate notification as soon as it pops up. So I love you guys, I appreciate you guys, and thank you guys for tuning in to Time with Ty. I appreciate you guys. Peace.
I seen a bitch nigga one. I got that phone swing. I got that phone swing. Can't fuck with a phone swing. I seen a bitch nigga one.